All right, today I am walking on the lake trail by our house again, and I thought today we can talk about the weather and how to describe the weather when someone asks you, how's the weather? So you can say something like, today is really nice. The sky is blue. There are almost no clouds in the sky. So it's a very clear day, and it's about 65 degrees. So it feels really nice. It's not too cold and it's not too warm. And right now it is the end of April, and so a lot of the trees have already started to grow. The leaves have come back on the trees, and everything is feeling like springtime. A lot of the blossoms on the trees have already blossomed and fallen to the ground too. Right now I can hear an airplane going by, and I can hear several birds that are chirping or tweeting or singing. So today it's not too hot and it's not too cold. Sometimes I like to call this light jacket weather because it's the weather where you don't really need a coat, because a coat would be too warm. It would make your body too warm. But it's probably a little bit too chilly just to wear a t-shirt. And so sometimes I'll call this light jacket weather, because all you need is a light jacket. And today I don't have a light jacket on, but I have a long sleeved shirt on with this waffle pattern on my long sleeved shirt. And so because I'm wearing this long sleeved shirt with a waffle pattern, that keeps me warm enough. And I also like that the long sleeved shirt protects my arms from the sun. So when someone asks me, how is the weather? Then I can say, oh, the weather is great today. It's not too cold. It's not too warm. The sky is mostly clear, and it's about 65 degrees with no wind or barely any wind, and so it feels really nice outside. My ideal temperature is probably 70 degrees or 75 degrees. Some people like the weather when it is 50 degrees or 55 degrees, but I think that's too cold. And so I prefer the weather that's just a little bit warmer, somewhere around 70 to 75 degrees, sunny, blue skies, just a little breeze, and for me, lots of shade because my skin burns easily. And so every time we go outside, I always put on sunscreen because otherwise my skin will burn so easily. You know, a lot of people here think that the sun is great, or they like being out in the sun. So it's very common to see people sun tanning or sunbathing, just sitting in the sun for a long time so they can get tan, because they like it when their skin gets a little bit darker, where it can turn kind of golden brown, or a little bit, just kind of has that glow from the sun. And a lot of people like to have that glow from the sun. But I prefer to wear the sunscreen and hide from the sun, because otherwise my skin will turn bright red, and the sunburn can be kind of painful too. So I don't like to get sunburned. I remember one time when I was little, I was probably 10 or 11 years old. We went on a family trip to a lake, and I put sunscreen on my arms in the morning, and then we decided to go swimming, and so I took my shirt off and put sunscreen on my back and on my shoulders. But there was one place that I forgot to put sunscreen, and that was right here on my arm. So I put sunscreen on my arm below my t-shirt when I had my t-shirt on, and then when I took my t-shirt off, then I put sunscreen on my shoulders and my chest and my back. But I forgot to put sunscreen right here on this part of my arm. And so at the end of the day, this part of my arm on both sides got red and blistered and bubbly and so painful. It hurt so bad. So I still have some freckles on my arm. I still have some freckles on both sides, or on both arms, because of that burn. It was a really bad burn. So if possible, I always try and avoid getting a sunburn. All right, we have just come to the White Gate. This is the White Gate that we always go to. When we get to this part of our walk, we can touch the White Gate and then turn around and go home. You want to touch the White Gate? Okay, touch it. Reach out, touch it with your toe. Touch it with your foot. All right. Dunk. So now we've turned around and we're headed home. And just to review, it feels really nice. Like, it feels warm. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. For me, this is just beautiful jacket weather, light jacket weather. A perfect day for a walk with clear blue skies, a light breeze, and just a beautiful, beautiful day. A little bit of sun, a lot of sunshine. There's a lot of sunshine today, but I'm wearing my sunglasses and I'm wearing my hat, or my baseball cap. I'm wearing my hat today and my sunglasses. I even have my gloves on, not because it's cold, but mostly just to protect my hands from the sun. And then I have my long sleeve waffle shirt on right now. That keeps me warm if there's too much of a breeze, and it also protects my arms from getting sunburned. So I hope you enjoyed this little walk where we can talk together about the weather, and I'll see you next time.